Hey folks, Todd Pigott here at ZINC Financial. We are one of the largest rehab lenders across the nation in 11 states. We've been doing fix and flip financing for nearly 20 years, nearly $1 billion. We're pretty experienced in this model and happy to share with you some of our knowledge. One of the most common questions we get from our borrowers is sometimes combative, and we apologize for this, but they disagree sometimes with the ARV on the property. ARV stands for after repaired value. We loan up to, call it 70-75% of the after repaired value on a property, and that's probably consistent with industry norms. They sometimes think the value is different than what the appraiser thinks. How do you calculate the ARV? Well, it's like this, folks. First of all, it's very important to understand this lesson. When you go to sell your property, you're going to sell it to a borrower that's typically going to have some type of governmental financing. Governmental financing requires the use of an AMC. AMC stands for Appraisal Management Company. That means the appraiser is not related to the lender or the borrower. An appraisal manager sends it out anonymously, and that's who conducts the appraisal. Now, with that said, you need to understand how that AMC is going to value your property, because that's going to be the value the lender is going to choose. So it's very important you understand, how does the AMC value my property? Different from how you might value it, but at the end of the day, for that borrower that's going to get financing, they're going to be using an AMC through the lender, and you need to know that. How an AMC chooses to value property is like this. They are going to go to comparable properties, typically within a quarter mile. They're going to find like properties. If you have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, they're going to look for 3-bedroom, 2-bath with similar square footage. Now, if there's no properties within a quarter mile, then they're going to go to a half mile. And they're looking for properties that are similar within a half mile. If they can't find properties within a half mile, then they're going to do it with additions and subtractions on value based on the like kind of properties. What I mean by that is if you have a 3-2 and they find a 4-2 within a half mile, it's got a lot more square footage, they're going to do a deduction on that. Or if they find a pool with a pool and yours doesn't have a pool, they're going to do a deduction. If yours has a pool and the other comp has no pool, they might do an addition. So at the end of the day, they're going to find like properties, primarily with like bedrooms and bath, primarily with like square footage, and primarily with like amenities. And once they found that within a quarter mile, they're going to do averages and conduct your after repaired value. If they can't find it within a quarter mile, they're going to go a half mile. In rare circumstances, very rare, they will go out past a half mile. Sometimes in super expensive properties, they might go out 5 miles, but that's not for today's conversation. If they can't find it within a half mile, they might go out, but it's very, very rare. At the end of the day, this is how you should value it. You found your property, you want to know if you're going to make money. Look within a quarter mile, look within a half mile for like kind properties that your property is going to be repaired to, that have the same bedroom, the same bath, and the same square footage. I should add this, very important, same elevation. What's that mean, Todd? The same elevation is the frontal view of the property. If your elevation is called T1 siding, which is wood siding, and there's no brick veneer, and it's kind of a dated 1970s type of elevation, but your comp is also the same square footage and same bed and bath, but it's got a nice rock veneer and it's got stucco and it's a 2000s type elevation, those aren't comparable. So it's important that you find date range from an elevation perspective that matches dates. So 1970 does not mean the same as 2006. There's going to be two different styles of elevations, or frontal view or curb appeal. So you're going to have to look at the curb appeal, make sure it's in the date range of your property. You're going to have to look at bed and bath, square footage, and amenities. And then you're going to have to take an average, typically about 3 properties, 2 or 3 properties, that's all you need. Compute that. You're going to come up with your average square foot price, multiply that out, and that's your after repaired value. That's what we use, that's what an AMC uses, and that's what you should use. I hope that helps you, folks. That's one of our prominent questions this week. Have yourself a great weekend. Thanks for watching.